Hey, what's going on? I'm Vatche. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how you can eat for fat loss or weight loss. I'm a nutrition coach specializing in helping people lose weight and keep it off for life. So if you're kind of confused about weight loss, you don't know how you can eat, let me give you a little rundown, okay? So I have this little graphic I made. Basically, people think for weight loss, you got to cut out all your carbs. You got to cut out dairy. You got to cut out sugar. You got to cut out meat. Nowadays, there's a lot of conflicting information for nutrition, and it's very frustrating and confusing. If I just started trying to lose weight today and focus on my nutrition today, nowadays, 2025, there's a lot of information out there that it's just confusing. It's like, who do I believe? Like, what's wrong? What's right? And of course, I know I'm going to say, like, believe me, but also, I mean, it's kind of, the approaches that we use, we've helped hundreds of people lose weight and keep it off. I lost 100 pounds and it's been 9 years now. I've been keeping it off using this method. So I know a thing or two. Okay. And this is all evidence-based research, by the way. I don't use anecdotal evidence. I use some, right? Just because I'm a human being, right? But most of my information I give out on weight loss is evidence-based, because science is cool. Okay. So people think you gotta have a really restrictive diet and you got to drink only shakes and do a juice cleanse and, do keto and do carnivore and only eat organic. And nutrition isn't all or nothing. The reason why people fail to lose weight and keep it off, the reason why they fail to see this whole thing through for their whole life, right? This whole health and nutrition thing, it's because it's too restrictive, right? The approaches you're taking are way too restrictive, right? So if you're someone who enjoys carbs and you cut them out completely, how are you going to sustain that? Because weight loss comes down to staying consistent, right? You don't have to be perfect, but you got to be consistent. If you're not able to stay consistent, you're not going to see progress. And if you're eating in a manner that, in a dietary pattern that doesn't align with your lifestyle and your preferences, you're not going to be able to stay consistent. You see where I'm getting at with that? It's not magical. It's nothing crazy, but it's super important that you structure your nutrition and your weight loss plan to fit into your goals, right? Now, look, you're going to have to be a bit more mindful, right? And I'm not saying that, you can eat as much as you want and, just eat whatever you want. Like, for weight loss, your calories are going to be limited, all right? Because calories dictate whether you lose or gain weight, right? It's energy. We eat too many calories, and those calories, excess calories, get stored as fat in our body so we can use as energy in the future. Your body's smart, okay? So how you can actually eat for weight loss, right? Versus how nowadays people think you got to eat, right? Cutting out all these things, having a super strict diet, not being able to enjoy your favorite foods. And look, when I say enjoy your favorite foods, I understand your favorite foods are probably foods that are highly processed and higher in calories. I do want to say this. Yes, you're not going to be able to eat as much high calorie foods, right? As many high calorie foods. You're just going to have to be more mindful, right? When it comes to peanut butter or chocolate or ice cream or whatever it is, things that are higher in calories, you're just going to have to be more mindful, right? And that's really tough to do, especially if you've gone years and years eating however much you want and not measuring your food and not weighing it and not being mindful. But I want to say this, coming from someone who used to eat fast food all the time, I used to eat everything in sight. I used to eat food just for the sake of eating food. And I understand that there's more to life than just eating a bunch of food, but I still love food and I still eat food, okay? But I had to actually understand, okay, I should probably eat when I'm physically hungry, not just when I'm emotionally hungry. You know what I'm saying? That's a topic for another day. But basically, eat in a calorie deficit. That's how you should be for weight loss. You should be eating like that. Calorie deficit. I got another video on this on my page. If you want to check out how to calculate your calorie deficit, check that out. All right. So we could kind of skip over that. But yes, calorie deficit. I know you've probably heard it a lot, but it's key for weight loss. Okay. Eating mostly nutritious foods. Okay. That's good. That's the big thing, right? It's all about balance, right? Eat mostly nutritious, minimally processed foods, right? Lean meats and whole grains, right? Wheat bread and fibrous foods like fruits and veggies, right? Protein and fiber are going to be your friends when it comes to weight loss, okay? Um, Eat your fruits and veggies and eat your protein, okay? That's going to help keep you full, okay? And when you're on a calorie deficit and your calories are limited, you're trying to lose weight, well, hunger is going to be that number one roadblock for most people, right? Physical hunger, right? And the way you combat that is by eating a diet rich in fiber and protein. Okay, so eat mostly nutritious foods. Around 80% of your calories coming from nutritious, minimally processed foods, like I mentioned. And then, of course, sprinkle in those fun foods, right? The chips or the cookies or the whatever. Sprinkle it in, right? Because you're not going to be able to stay consistent with your diet if you're miserable and you're denying cravings. Now, look, when it comes to cravings, you're not just going to all of a sudden not have cravings. I will say this though, if you focus mostly on those nutritious foods and you're not as hungry, you're not going to be craving as many sweets or whatever like that. But I will say this, as someone who's been prioritizing his nutrition and health for 9 years now, I still get cravings. I still love sweets. After dinner, I always have something sweet. I just simply fit it into my day. Okay, I fit it into my calories. It's as simple as that. You should never feel guilty for eating anything. Okay, you're not going to be perfect with this stuff. There's going to be days where you overeat. You're learning something new. This is not, if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to keep it off, like that's something you've never done before, maybe successfully, that's going to be difficult. You're doing something difficult, okay? You're going to be uncomfortable. It's going to challenge you. But you overeat, you pick yourself right back up, and you keep going where you left off. You don't have to start all the way over. Okay, sprinkle in those fun foods. I wish I did that. That was the biggest mistake I made on my weight loss journey. When I first started losing weight, I didn't fit my favorite foods into my diet. I cut them out. I denied my cravings, and that really sucked because that made me develop just an overeating issue, and it sucks. And I would finally get my hands on whatever I was craving, and I would just eat everything, and it sucked, and it felt bad, and it's not a good path, right? And I would mess up my progress and all those things. So I encourage you to practice moderation and flexibility, and to fit those fun foods, whatever it is, fit it into your calories, fit it into your day, right? For me, I like to have a little bit of ice cream after dinner. Sometimes, or maybe like chocolate or whatever. And sometimes I like to have chips with my sandwich, stuff like that. Okay, you can eat those foods in moderation. It's just difficult to do because it's engineered to make it taste amazing. Okay, so minimize them, but you could still eat them and see progress with weight loss. Okay, so this is how you can eat with weight loss. You can actually enjoy the weight loss process by eating in moderation. Okay, balance is key. Okay, friend, hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them below. If you found this video helpful, if you can like it and share and do all that, I'd appreciate it so I can help more people, because that's my goal. I want to help as many people as I can. Okay? Peace. I'll see you next time.